Hello and welcome to Biology's videos. Today we're learning photosynthesis. I'm Nevaeh, the interviewer. This is Anastasia,
the interviewee.
This is Aurora, our mover. And behind the camera we have Shay. Go. How many steps are there to photosynthesis?
2 steps to photosynthesis.
What are the names of the steps, and can you name the structure slash location where each takes place?
Step 1. The line reaction takes place inside the thylakoids. Step 2. The carbon fixation cycle takes place in the stroma.
Can you show and tell me how the light reaction works?
The reaction takes place in the thylakoids. In a light-dependent process, light strikes chlorophyll in such a way as to excite electrons to higher energy state. In a series of reactions along the ETS, the energy is converted into ATP and NADPH. Water is split in the process, releasing oxygen as a byproduct of the reaction.
What happens to the oxygen that was once a part of the water?
The oxygen pair up forming O2 and are given off as waste.
What happens to the protons that were once a part of the water?
The proton gradient gives ATP the energy to convert ADP to ATP.
Where do the electrons head?
The electrons are picked up by the end of the ETS by an oxygen atom and join with 2 protons to form water.
What work do the electrons do at the cytochrome?
Reduce NADP to NADPH.
What happens to the electrons at photosystem 1?
Electrons are transferred to molecule oxygen, which splits in half and takes up protons. Start superscript plus.
Alright. What happens to the electrons at the end of ETS?
At the end of ETS, electrons are transferred to a molecular oxygen, which splits in half and takes up protons. Start superscripts plus. And the end superscripts to form water.
What happens to all the protons that build up inside the thylakoid?
Protons accumulate a high concentration inside the thylakoid space.
Can you show and tell me how the carbon fixation cycle works?
In the carbon fixation cycle, carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, cold water from aquatic organisms is captured and modified with the addition of hydrogen to form carbohydrates such as glucose.